Hello, hello, and happy Mother's Day 2023. It has been some time, and so I wanted to come and sing you a Mother's Day blessing. So welcome to Tip of the Day for Single Moms of Faith. I am Dr. Chanel Serrano. I am the CEO and founder of Esther's Daughters LLC. We're a faith-based organization that is geared towards the needs of single moms, as well as we come alongside organizations who desire to either implement a single mom's curriculum, program, ministry, and we have a series of programs in which we assist them to do that. Or if the organization already has an existing program for single moms or curriculum, we come alongside and help them to develop that program based on the current needs. I am also published author to Co-Parenting with Christ, 9 Steps to Achieving Harmony. And my third book is going to be launching right before summer. All God Needs is Your Yes. So definitely be looking out for that as well. Professionally, I have been in the helping profession for approximately 26 years. So it's been some time. And so my expertise is working with the elderly as well as individuals with disabilities. And right now, I have the blessing of working in the leadership management capacity and have been doing that. And so definitely enjoy that as an opportunity to come alongside, to equip, and to mentor as many people, especially mentoring our women. So I have the blessing of doing that. I lead a single moms ministry, and I have a almost 20-year-old son, 21-year-old son. So God has definitely been good. And so on this Mother's Day, I wanted to come and share with you a little bit about the book of Exodus and talk about Moses and his mother, Jochebed. And I actually share and I go into detail about the story of Jochebed in my book. So again, I encourage you to be on the lookout for when I launch. And so you can definitely grab a copy of that. And so let's get started. So if you're not familiar with Jochebed, I encourage you to read Exodus, in particular chapter 1, and it talks about her story and the beginning days and beginning months, if you will, of Moses. And so during that time, Pharaoh had instructed that all Hebrew boys who were born that they'd be put to death immediately. And so there was this Levite couple who had just given birth to this little boy. And so the mom, who we now know as Jochebed, did her best to protect and to hide her newborn son, her infant son, for the first 3 months of his life. And so it got to the point where she could no longer hide him. And so God had revealed a very strategic, creative plan in order to ensure that he was protected, that he was safe, and that he would live. Because obviously God knew that he was meant to deliver a nation, to deliver a people. And so God knew the purpose that he had birthed in this little boy. And so he revealed this very strategic plan to the mom, to Jochebed. So she created this basket with tar and pitch, and she placed her infant son, no more than 3 months old, into this basket. And her daughter, her older child, was standing there next to her. And as she's placing this little baby, Moses, into this basket, she is instructing her daughter to follow the basket. Once she places the basket in the Nile River, she instructs her daughter to watch and see who is alongside the riverbank, who is going to hopefully retrieve this basket. But again, Jochebed didn't know whether this plan would work. Can you imagine putting your child, your baby, in a basket in this river with animals, with alligators, you name it, not knowing what the plan would be, not knowing if her son would be saved? And so here little Moses is going down the Nile River in this basket. And further down, the Pharaoh's daughter is bathing. And so her eye catches this basket flowing down the Nile River as she's bathing. And so she instructs her maidservants to go and retrieve this basket. And to their surprise, when the basket is opened, is this crying baby boy. And so, right then and there, as strategically planned, the sister of Moses, or Jochebed's daughter, goes up to Pharaoh's daughter and says, I know a nursing Hebrew mother who would be able to nurse this baby until he is of age, and then she can bring him back to you. So Pharaoh's daughter agrees with this arrangement, and she also provides monetary compensation for the mother. Again, not knowing that this nursing mother is the woman or is the mother of this infant boy. And so when that time comes, once Jochebed is done nursing and weaning Moses, she then returns this child, her child, to Pharaoh's daughter to raise as her own. And so there's a few things here that we moms can take from this story. Number one, being a mother requires revelation, revelation from God, revelation on how to raise our child. Because number one, we are, our role as parents, both mother and father, our role is to equip our babies so that when they become older, when they become adults, that they are able to live successful, healthy, God-fearing lives, right? Train up a child in the way he shall go, and when he is old, he will not depart. Proverbs 22:6. And so God gives us revelation. When you're a believer, God gives us revelation on how to raise our children the way God has called us to. He blesses us with the wisdom. He blesses us with discernment. And he definitely blesses us with the ability to seek out mentors and other mothers of faith who are able to come alongside us and help to guide us as well. Okay, so that's number one. Being a mom calls you to have a relationship with God and seek him for guidance and revelation. Two, one thing that we can definitely pull from this story of Jochebed is creativity. God calls us as mamas to be creative, to be strategic, right? I'm sure you can think of so many instances in your own life where you have been called to be creative to make it work in order to ensure that the needs of your family is met. I know I can definitely attest to that within my own life. Number three, the third lesson that we can learn from Jochebed and Moses is the importance of putting your trust and your faith in the Lord. And so I say that whether you're a single mom, whether you're a married mom, whether you're an aunt, a grandmother, a godmother, we are called to put our trust and faith in God as it pertains to every area in our life. And that includes parenting. And the fourth lesson is sacrifice. Being a parent is not easy. No one said it was going to be easy, but God definitely gives you the tools and the strength to be able to step into that role. So I encourage you, as you hopefully review the story of Jochebed and Moses in chapter 1 of Exodus, to pull out some different lessons for yourself. Those are just a few lessons. Again, revelation and having a relationship with the Lord, being able to hear his voice as he guides you. The second, creativity. The third, trust and faith in God. The fourth is sacrifice. Can you imagine, and let me just backtrack on sacrifice. Can you imagine the level of sacrifice that Jochebed had to endure in order to ensure that her child was going to live? She sacrificed her life, her daughter's life, her family, their well-being, because if the Pharaoh found out, that could have led to other consequences. But all of that sacrifice, and knowing that I know there's a plan and there's a purpose for my child. I know that my My God has called me, He's entrusted me to raise this child in His way because my child has a purpose, has a God designed purpose. And so I know there are times that as parents and as mamas, it can be challenging. But knowing that you have been strategically chosen for a time such as this to mother that child, and even if you have multiple children, more than one child, mothering them in the way that God has called you to mother them. And that means different personalities. Each child has different spiritual gifts. Each child has different love languages. So learning how to tailor that for that particular child. It definitely takes a lot, but it is so worth it. So I say this to encourage you and also to remind you of the role that we play in our children's lives and in our family, in the community. And so take this time, take this day to spend with your family, but also to engage in self-care. Okay, so God bless you. And I look forward to talking to you soon. If you have any comments, drop them in the comments below or send me a message at Esther's Daughters LLC at gmail.com. You're more than welcome to visit my website at Esther's Daughters LLC.com or even visit my blog called Doing Life with Christ blog wordpress.com. God bless, ladies, and happy Mother's Day.